Man, I love Mega Man 8. Sounds like a sin saying it aloud nowadays. Imagine my shock several years ago when I learned this game wasn't well received within the broader community. But you know what I'm not going to do today? Argue pointlessly over a subjective opinion on what's good or bad. What's more productive is showing a different perspective. Not just a view from someone who's played Mega Man 8 like a gazillion times, but from the lens of highlighting the brilliance of creativity. I'd be doing Mega Man 8 a huge disservice by just zoning in on its gorgeous sprite work and spectacular presentation. Yeah, it has one of the prettiest classic Mega Man aesthetics, but it's more than that. The cool hidden tech, deceptively great special weapon arsenal, the upbeat vibe, the music, it's all beautiful works of art in their own right. But probably more important than all of that, this masterpiece defined how games could impact me beyond the screen. If you haven't watched my Shining Force retrospective, my style is not to waste your time with background information about a game that you can just Google in 2 minutes. All you need to know today is, Capcom made this platforming gem, and you're about to listen to me yap obsessively like a Taylor Swiftie who just snorted 5 rolls of crushed up Cheeto dust. Mega Man 8 is a magical game to me. Even from the surface level, it immediately caught my attention as a kid, who could only watch my older brother play it from afar at the time. The anime cartoonish aesthetic was a vibrant burst of energy on the screen that always intoxicated me with excitement. Sure, the cheesy voice acting and the dialogue between the gameplay isn't what you call polished for today's standards. Okay, I'll get to that later. But the animated cutscenes, from the opening movie to the final stretch of post-final boss scenes, felt like I was playing an anime as a kid. When you look at the gameplay through a casual lens, it just looks okay. Mega Man always has his trusty buster in every game, which unloads charged and uncharged shots, and it's the default weapon. It's deliberately designed to handle everything without barring your progress. Buster only runs make the fun factor appear bland. Mega Man has more animations than his NES and SNES counterparts here. His running speed and sliding speed took a shot, and some of the stage gimmicks can feel like a slog to get through, especially when you rely solely on the P shooter. But Mega Man 8 taught me to never judge based on the surface. That didn't come until later in life with multiple playthroughs though. I gotta level with you and dial the timeline back. How did I start with this game? From the lens of a kid with very little experience and just wanted to play a game? How did this title impact me, as I claimed before? Well, let's rewind to another one of those holiday console gift stories. Yeah, I didn't come from a rich family, okay? Consoles were usually Christmas gifts, and you know what? With how damn expensive everything is, even back in the day, it's the best time to get new gadgets. Anyway, Merry belated Christmas, by the way. I can't remember which Christmas it was, 1990 something, I don't know. Got me one of those shiny new PS1 Slims. Yeah, this was back in the day when Slim consoles were actual mini versions of original hardware, and when Slim wasn't just something tacked on the back of a console's name just to make it look like a discounted version. PS4. It evoked similar feelings I experienced when I got my Sega Genesis, the very first console I ever owned for myself. My brothers had a sharing problem, and a me problem too, but yeah, I already spilled those beans in the Shining Force video, so I ain't repeating that story today. So getting my hands on the very console that I've been dreaming of having the freedom to play was amazing. And you bet your sweet bippy I'd play the shit out of it. Mega Man 8, along with Mega Man X4, were my introductions to the Blue Bomber. I don't know, man, something about the blue helmet, arm cannon, bulky limbs, the speedo, it just screamed cool to me, and the serious, resolute expression he rocked exuded a certain confidence that I admired. And it's because of Mega Man that my favorite color is blue. So even during the days where I could only watch from afar and rarely play Mega Man 8 and X4, the Blue Bomber was the most memorable childhood icon for me. I look back fondly on the times where I'd be role-playing in my parents' house or out in the backyard acting like I was Mega Man. I'd slide on a hoodie, push my hand into one of my sleeves, and make pew-pew noises while my hand was balled into the cuff of the sleeve, imitating a Mega Buster. Or when I was in a Mega Man X mood, I'd slap on a fat-ass winter coat and pretend I had the 4th armor on. Or, if I was in a Zero mood, I'd just grab a plastic hanger out of the closet and swing it around like it was the Z-Saber. Bonus points if the hanger happened to be green. Oh boy, I am cringing right now. That little roleplay, coupled with mindlessly enjoying play sessions of Mega Man 8 and X4, it was not only an expression of love for the series, but just a reflection of a time where these games happily distracted me from all of the problems I was dealing with as a kid. It helped me enjoy my childhood like I was supposed to, while tuning out all of the noise around me. That's where it all started. Simple times, and during those times, I had a very simple outlook on what I was playing. I never cared much about how sluggish Mega Man actually was at the time, and how you needed to buy a literal part to regain the old sliding speed, but I digress. Nor how certain stages like Tingleman's and Wily 1 were basically 80% boring auto-scrollers. I was just having fun, man. You tend to not pay much attention to nitpicky details when you're young or inexperienced. But you see, as I grew older and kept returning to this title, the more my experience from the older games bled into this one. And after what I absorbed from countless hours of learning, watching speed runs, putting in what I learned into practice, the gates of the true Mega Man 8 experience fully opened for me. When you begin, you're given a free special weapon called the Mega Ball, an explosive bouncing ball that, on first glance, is just a soccer ball you can kick that ricochets all over the place. Not very practical in most scenarios, one might think. Hell no, this thing is f***ing broken. This is more than just some gimmicky soccer ball, man. The ammo count on this thing is excellent because Mega Ball is more of a utility than an actual weapon. Sure, you can kick someone in the face with it, but using it as a double jump, triple jump, quadruple jump, infinite jump, sounds a hell of a lot more useful, huh? It's absolutely hilarious how the majority of stage gimmicks can just be outright skipped with this thing. And the best part, this ball is intentionally designed to be this way, unlike a lot of broken exploits that preceded it in other games.
I love them balls.
The amount of cool maneuvers, skips, easier strats to collectibles, and so much more is what added more depth to what's initially a pretty generic Mega Man game. Hell, you can even flex in the snowboarding segments with the jumps. Not even a practical use for it, but hey, it's cool as all get out anyway. I just love doing it, okay? Just look at these skips for Tingleman stage for yourself. Oh, the Tingleman stage sounds a little different, you say? Well, that's because everything recorded here is from the Sega Saturn version, which, yeah, you know the drill, later. The only thing I can mark against the Mega Ball is that, while the execution is simple, there's a learning curve behind it. The timing can be tricky if you're not used to it, as it requires you to press the special weapon button while the ball is out and jump right as it explodes upon contact within Mega's hitbox. But a missed time can cause the ball, and you, to plummet down with no reward, and possibly instant death if you thought it was a good idea to use it over a bottomless pit without mastering it first. However, the timing is truly the only challenge here. Once you get it down, the execution is super easy. There's a certain rhythm and tempo you just have to naturally ride with, but it's super satisfying and rewarding once you get it down. Mega Ball is truly the game's signature weapon and is universally slept on. But the extra jumping tech isn't the only mechanically rich thing about it. There's also Mega Ball sliding, where you simply place a ball and slide with it until you connect with an enemy. It's much easier to do, allows for some quick progression while still killing enemies because this ball is deceptively strong in damage output. And it's just so goddamn swagger.
Dude, you gotta stop polishing those balls.
I can't stop, man. These balls are on fire. Ugh.
It's such an amazing weapon, and it makes sense. Soccer is actually Mega Man's favorite sport, so having an explosive soccer ball as one of his most powerful utilities is on brand. Oh yeah, Mega Man's soccer game does exist, doesn't it? Hey, if this video somehow manages to get over 100,000 views, I promise to do a Mega Man soccer retrospective and a special playthrough for it. Oh god, this might be the first time I actually want a video to do poorly. Why the hell did I do that? But the Mega Ball can't be the only thing worth yapping about, right? Well, you'd be right. Another thing about this game is just how underestimated the rest of the weapons are. You have some kind of meh ones like the homing missile, which even that has its uses, but the majority of the weapons in this game clap stuff, especially with how the PSX era had arguably the best weapon hot swapping in the series. No lag or wait time between switching weapons like most games forced upon the player. Mega Man 8 does not care if one weapon's animation is still playing out. You can still switch to one weapon while another's on the screen tearing fools up. Shooting an enemy with a face full of flash bombs while ice waves are ripping through rows of enemies behind it. Tornado holes surgically placed to increase the height of Mega Ball jumps. The possibilities are insane. Even better is the dual use of both your buster and special weapons at the same time. I always loved having separate buttons for the buster and the other weapons, for it allows for the trusty arm cannon to get in on the chaos you're creating when you want more variety, while still feeling like a busting machine that you're controlling. Mega Man 8 might not have the strongest weapon set, but it certainly has one of the more versatile sets that hasn't been explored nearly enough. It's the same with Mega Man and Bass, but I'll save that for another video. It's these very strong core mechanics that makes going through this game a treat every time. The stage design was crafted with those weapons and techniques in mind, and it's cool to have the game actually reward you for mastering your arsenal. For example, with how specific these spike traps are placed in Tingle Man stage, the layout of their positioning makes it transparent that they expect you to experiment with the Mega Ball and realize interacting with the puzzle is optional. But you gotta work for it. Or if you want to keep a fast pace, like in Search Man stage, it's paramount to keep your sliding momentum going while your ice wave is paving the way for a seamless transition, without needing to stop to thunderclaw the retractable wall. And that's one of the core things I'd like to touch up on. How Mega Man 8's gameplay impacted me in a way that helped develop my core values of hard work. You've got all of these crazy techniques, strategies, a whole set of weapons to master in a game that's designed to be played repeatedly. It's teaching the fundamentals of learning any skill you want. Repetition and showing up. It's just a game, bro, it ain't that deep. I'm sure someone's saying right now. No, look beyond the game. Look towards the minds who made the game instead. This gem had a clear ambition going forward. It was made by people who respected your ability to take whatever tools they gave you, play with them until you figured them out, and then go out and do something freaking amazing with them. The Mega Ball jumping to the Giga Brain strategies with your arsenal, the satisfaction of transforming a basic Mega Man game into this chaotic explosion of technical wonder is the perfect example of enjoying the fruits of your labor. Granted, you don't have to spend copious amounts of time learning a single game. What normal person has time for that anyway? But one complaint I've always heard for just any game in general that requires some practice is that if we can't just do all the crazy skill-based stuff right out of the gate, or with minimal effort, the game's bad. Games like the Mega Man Zero series especially gets hit hard with this, but I'd say many Mega Man games, including this one, have that sentiment echoed. My rebuttal to that is simple. Games can be both fun and challenging. The challenge mirrors the work one puts in to learn a skill. No one's telling you to be an expert in that skill, but the game often gives you the tools and the environment to simply learn it well enough, while not holding your hand. If the challenge is too much, it's totally valid to just say, this ain't for me, and just move on without dissing or blaming the game. There are plenty of video games out there that I've tried to get good in, beyond the casual level, failed, and then just moved on. The Mega Man Battle Network games are a case example of this. I adore those games as a casual player, but a technical player? Hell no! I love having multiple options in video games, but the sheer volume of chip combos, setups, program advances, quick kills, it's pretty overwhelming even for me, and yet that's just not my style overall, man. But if I were so sour about my failure to improve in it, to resort to blaming the games instead, I'd rightfully get roasted into oblivion by the Battle Network community. I know where my strengths and weaknesses lie, and you should know where yours lie too. Back to Mega Man 8, this game taught me so much patience and the value of persistence. Traits that can aid one beyond the borders of a video game, though I can't in good faith claim Mega Man 8 was the sole reason behind that, but it was certainly one of the contributors, and the way how the game throws obstacles and very intentional placement of enemies lends itself to being a title that makes you feel like a true force of nature. A lot of the footage you're seeing in this video is an incomplete Weapon Master playthrough of the Saturn version that I planned back in late 2023, but simply didn't find the time to finish it. For those unaware, Weapon Master is a challenge I created where the goal is to masterfully use the entire arsenal of special weapons in any Mega Man game, all while the Buster, while not banned, takes a back seat. Mega Man 8 is the perfect game where that sort of challenge run thrives because the special weapon set is just so damn good when you learn which weapon is good for whatever scenario. But that's digging more into the self-imposed challenge territory. Even without all the specific conditions, the creativity of the weaponry and mechanics is greatly underappreciated. It's a textbook example of why Mega Man games are some of the most technically rich games out there, and learning them makes you feel awesome. Mega Man 8 is one of those games that truly made me just want to do well in anything I set my mind to. All of my hobbies, passions, projects. Most people wouldn't even believe me when I say this, but this is where my strong work ethic in general originated. That's why I'll always respect this damn game and die on its hill proudly. It's one of the rare games where I'll go out of my way to get all of the collectibles in any playthrough. Partly because all the good upgrades are locked behind the currency in this game, the bolts, but also the collection methods and obstacles to traverse are a joy to interact with. The charming aesthetic and the beautifully composed soundtrack augments the experience and always sweeps me away on that wind of nostalgia. Blah, but Magnus, what about all the movement quirks? All the stage design flaws, the jump, slide, the horrible voice acting, Dr. Wahi. Man, I don't give a fuck. Oh look, the game ain't perfect, alright? I never said or implied that. I'm not even interested in having that is it good or bad conversation, like I said in the beginning. Because that goes nowhere, and it's just two sides barking at each other in an unproductive manner. Why does that sound familiar? I chose to highlight its good points today because it's always bashed for its bad points in a regurgitated manner, as if it has no redeeming qualities when that couldn't be further from the truth. I can tolerate the weird boarding and rush jet autoscrollers because I'm personally not bothered by just a small number of bad stages that are disproportionate to the majority of the game. Not to mention the boarding sections are actually piss easy even back when I was a kid, but whatever. I can tolerate the voice acting because, hey, it was the 90s, man. It was a rare gem within a sea of turds back in the day to find a game with half-decent voice acting. I can tolerate the quirky movement because mastery of the game, plus the sweet upgrades from Dr. Light's lab, will naturally quicken the pace to a comfortable level for me. I can tolerate pretty much any common complaint because it doesn't sour my overall experience. The pros heavily outweigh the cons for me, and I'm leaving it at that. But man, I do have one request. The voice acting lines. Come on, everyone. They aren't funny anymore.
Hey boy, come on.
Except for this one. Can I please just go 5 minutes without hearing another Dr. Wahi joke? Let's throw in the what am I fighting for joke from X4 too. Please, I am begging you. This stopped being funny 15 years ago.
Shut up.
So anyway, Mega Man 8. I'm self-aware to know that it's not everyone's cup of tea. My intent today wasn't even to convince anyone of anything. I just wanted to present this game from the perspective of appreciating the art and clear passion behind this title. Honestly, the only egregious sin in Mega Man 8 is just how Capcom refuses to re-release the Saturn version. I just, look, this is probably the only objective thing I'll say in this video. The Sega Saturn version of this game is the definitive Mega Man 8 experience. If you're not playing this version over the PS1, just... what are you doing? Oh, and I know why you're not playing it. Because Capcom acts like it doesn't exist. Every re-release on a collection, it defaults to the PS1 version. That version does not have the better, more enhanced soundtrack. This includes better looped music and easier on the ear sound effects, doesn't have the extra cameo bosses of Cutman and Woodman in the mid-stage and Searchman stage respectively. Hell, even some of the visuals are better with rippling effects in the water at Aquaman stage, as well as other examples that I can't quite remember at the moment. The only advantage PS1 version has is its slightly better quality of the FMV cutscenes, which on Saturn it looks choppier. I read somewhere a long time ago that the Saturn version has some complications with re-releasing it, so they just lazily default to the PS1 version for collections. I'm not sure how true that is, nor am I going to pretend I'm savvy enough to understand the technicalities behind it. I'll have to research it more, so don't quote me. If you have the means, please play the Saturn version. Saturn emulation still isn't perfect, but I play it just fine in RetroArch. I would recommend the original hardware experience, but yeah, no. You probably don't have disposable income to splurge with, so I hope you like paying half $1,000 for one game. I mean, there's a much cheaper option for original hardware with burnt disc, but I don't want to get my channel nuked by explaining in detail, if you know what I'm saying. Yo ho ho! If you don't care for missing out on a definitive experience, this game is extremely accessible through the Legacy Collection too. Just don't play it on Anniversary Collection. This is the worst version of Mega Man 8, and I've kind of explained why in the video that you'll see on screen. But aside from that version, you can't really go wrong with just playing it on the original PS1 disc too. That's what I play it on when I'm feeling extra nostalgic for my late 90s and early 2000 days. Whatever you play it on though, I encourage you to just maybe give the game a shot if you never tried it, or if you've already played it and don't like it before, maybe give it another shot and see if you'd enjoy it more if you played around with the Mega Ball some more and experimented with the special weapons. If you're fortunate enough to already have an authentic Saturn disc in your collection, just give me your address, alright? I won't do anything crazy, I swear. I just want to talk. Yeah, talk. Regardless, I just wanted to make something positive for my second favorite Mega Man game ever. Sorry, Mega Man 8, you've got to make way for the king! I felt it deserved it, and I also wanted to go against the mold of what's currently going on with YouTube content in general these days. Something I've noticed over the years is how much more negative videos have become on this platform. Specifically, how much of this negative content bloats my homepage, and most likely yours too. It's either someone ranting about a bad game, show, anime, or whatever it is, someone posting slop from drama channels, depressing world news, and so much more unhealthy shit forced upon us. You're probably not seeing the exact stuff I'm seeing, but I'm willing to bet your feed is still mostly dominated by something negative versus positive. Negative content has its place because the world ain't all sunshine and rainbows, but if all we're consuming is depressing stuff and ranting about things we don't like, we're kinda stripping away the joy of bonding over stuff we do like. It's all about balance, like I said. I tend to ease off the negative side of my content because life's already hard and depressing, you know? Why add on to more of the negativity when we're supposed to come to platforms like YouTube for an escape? So, I just pray that this Mega Man 8 video, even if you've disagreed with the stuff I've said in it, at least help put something on your feed that either made you smile or distracted you momentarily from all the noise on YouTube. By the way, apparently YouTube has this hype feature on videos now, where you can hype a video on leaderboards so it can be promoted into the algorithm more. I hate the fact that we've got yet another thing to bother viewers about now, as if telling people to like, comment, and subscribe excessively wasn't bad enough already. But as for me, if you want to hype this video, I'd appreciate it, but if not, it's cool. Honestly, I'm just grateful for anyone who watches my shit all the way through, you know? It's all I ask for. I do have channel memberships open though. Nothing there that gates you from my content. Just if you want to further support what I do beyond the viewership. These videos take much longer to create than I'd like to admit. But again, no obligation. Channel members have their names posted at the end of videos, like how you see on screen right now, along with some other perks that I'm still currently working on. I still need to make some edits of my avatar and convert them to custom emojis, for example. Said avatar that I commissioned Sapphire Stars 1 for, by the way. Give her some love for this beautiful artwork, man. I just haven't found the right video to place a spotlight on it until now. I have her socials in my video description. If it's not there for some reason, yell at me in the comments because I probably forgot to add it. Derp. Regardless, Mega Man 8 is a very special title to me on a personal level. It's one of my favorite games ever, and I just wanted to share that with y'all. I know I'm super late with this, but happy holidays. And here's to a great new year. We've got to make it great ourselves. Can't just wish for it. Let's do this. Stay chill.